Hey, Faith family. Well, can you believe it? It's already Easter 7, the last Sunday before Pentecost. And in the first lesson for this week, taken from the first chapter of Acts, Jesus has already ascended to the right hand of the Father. The disciples are standing there looking up at the clouds with their mouths hanging open. But before he's gone, they ask him, is this going to be the time that God is going to restore Israel to her glory? And Jesus' answer is kind of like, I don't know. That's up to my dad. You guys are just supposed to wait. Stay in Jerusalem and wait, because something really cool is about to happen. Now, I think if I were one of the disciples hearing that, I might be a little disappointed. You know, gosh, we've been waiting. It's kind of like asking Governor Wolf, when is southeastern Pennsylvania going to open for business again? When are we going to be able to go back to church? But no, nobody knows. So we just have to wait. But how do they wait? Verse 14 tells us, all of these were constantly devoting themselves to prayer. To prayer. Now, I realize that you may have a little bit more time on your hands these days since there's no place to go to. But what with fear of the unknown, with just the boredom, the tedium, members of your family who are dancing the marimba on your very last nerves, this may not be a time that is so conducive to prayer. But pray anyway. You'll be glad you did. In the gospel lesson, Jesus is praying here in the 17th chapter of John's gospel. And by the way, don't stop at verse 11. Read all the way through all of chapter 17, because you'll really get the gist if you do that. He's praying for the disciples, and he's asking for three things: that they be protected, that they stay strong in the word, and also that they stay unified with each other. Now, he is very, very pointedly not praying for the world. He says here, chapter 9, I'm not asking on behalf of the world, but on behalf of those whom you gave me, because they are yours. Now, if you think about it, this makes a lot of sense. Because you see, this world isn't going to get any better unless the saints of God are willing to make it better. We don't have to pray for the world's situation. We're asked to pray for a change in ourselves, to pray for the gifts of gratitude, for the gifts of empathy with one another, for the gift of togetherness, for a deeper relationship with God. The scientists, the doctors, the government people, they will battle the coronavirus. But I'm asking you to consider there will come a day when this pandemic is going to be over. What will our congregation be like when it is? Will we have one big happy celebration and then go back to business as usual? Or will we be a more grateful and a more deeply committed people? People who really want to experience the joy of the Lord that Jesus prays for here. It's worth praying for, don't you think? God bless.